Welcome back to another edition of Coffee Time with TD. Move over, Rover, and let TD take over. Be good or be good at it. God is great always in always. So I'm not sure if you saw the interview that Steve Bannon did with Chris Cuomo this week, where he said that he absolutely expects King Trump to run again in 2028, and he will win. Now, when King Trump won the election, I told everyone that he will not leave office in 2028. There will be a constitutional crisis, and that it was the birth of the first American monarchy, the first American dictator. And I was called all types of repugnant and reprehensible names. And now here we are. And as I tell you time and time again, when people show you and tell you who they are, believe them. And Steve Bannon, who sits right next to King Trump, he is one of King Trump's favored sons. We know that. We all know that. Has said that he fully expects and thinks that King Trump will run again in 2028 and he will win. And now here's the rich part of it, is that Chris Cuomo said, well, that's illegal. That's illegal. It's in the Constitution. And my point is this, and I've said this since day one, they do not care. And if you are not preparing for a constitutional crisis in 2028, then you are also a person who wears a cap to keep your feet dry. King Trump is not leaving office. The birth of the first American monarchy, the birth of the first American dictator is here. Steve Bannon is telling the entire world there will be a constitutional crisis. He will not leave office, because all these things that are happening right now are all about 2028. Putting his people in place, his people in charge, dismantling certain departments. Steve Bannon is telling you he expects him to run again and win again. And none of us care about the rule of law, what the Constitution says, nothing. They are telling you they do not care. All I've ever asked you to do is when people show you and tell you who they are, believe them. That's it. I don't need you to go above and beyond the call of duty. I don't need any of that. I'm just telling you to pay attention and to listen to people and believe them when they tell you and show you. Steve Bannon had no problem saying to Chris Cuomo, we do not care about the Constitution. We do not care about the rule of law. King Trump will run again in 2028, and we absolutely expect him to win, because Steve Bannon, I think, said a man like King Trump only comes around once a century or something like that. And here we are. As I tell you every day, you need to pray for the strength to endure what is to come. There's not a snowball's chance in hell that King Trump will leave office in 2028. And Steve Bannon just went on Chris Cuomo's show and told the entire fucking world that we do not care about the Constitution. We do not care about the rule of law, because those people will be our people in 2028. That's where we are. When people show you and tell you who they are, believe them. And remember, in November, if you've been with me since day one, I am the very first person, probably across any media platform, that said the birth of the first American monarchy, the birth of the first American dictator, and that in 2028 he will not leave office, and there will be a constitutional crisis. And Steve Bannon just went on Chris Cuomo's show and confirmed every single thing I said in November was true. Love you. Subscribe and hit that follow button.